got it working, but I'm testing everything. Where do I stand, right? This is my center place. I'm trying to get this system set up so that I could see comments as well at the same time. Learning curve here. But finally, after 5 tests, I think the audio is good to go. I'm all synced up to be able to shoot live. That means live shows coming. How soon? You never know. But I know we'll get our 4-quarter show coming live now with this upped quality, so I'm excited about that. Then also, Coach T and I are hoping to go live again a couple times a week. We often wonder if we have enough to offer, and I think we've just come to the conclusion that we don't really have much to teach you. But we know we love to talk football as much as everyone else. So we just want to talk ball and hopefully kind of just spark conversation and continue to, we personally learned so much for this. Anyway, today's topic was, what offense are you going to run next year? How many times in your career have you been in that situation where you wonder which offense you're going to run the next year? Are you switching? Are you staying? While I do this here, I'm going to try to work on this. That's the problem. I never put my microphone up to my lapel. There we go. All right, you just got louder. I know that I was talking to Coach Lovell from Marion, Iowa, and he was talking about changing offenses next year. They've made the decision here to go. Here, great. I can see comments now. So if anybody wants to shoot a comment out, I can respond. If you're on your YouTube, if you want to throw a comment, I now have responding capabilities. But I was talking to Coach Lovell, and he was saying that, hey, we're going option, true option, triple option, veer, midline, I think he said, zone option. And it got me thinking, because we have talked a lot about as well, for you, that some of you know it was my first year in 8-man football. We fumbled around a little bit on what exactly we're going to do. Came across a couple little things that I liked offensively, but I think there's no doubt about this. We didn't have a true identity offensively. And that's something that for me personally, it really bothers me. I really wanted to be able to use some of the screen game stuff that I had learned from Maroa Forsyth and from Louisville Male, who just won a state title. Maroa Forsyth was just in another Illinois State Championship game, happened to get beat. But I learned so much about the screen game, and I just continue to hear about it at the high school level. I badly wanted to learn a little bit more about the screen game, and so I dove in through last year's online clinic, and we used our screen game this year. We used the screen game that I learned from those guys. And I'm not going to lie, it was really good. I mean, very, very good. The only problem for me is that I'm still struggling, and I think a lot of it's because I'm still new to it. I'm still struggling to put the rest of the complementary pieces of that offense together. It's like when we go to our screen game, we could have it until they decided, okay, we're going to take away screen and make you do something else. It was the doing something else's we weren't quite prepared this year to do. Now, sometimes that can be because you don't have the personnel to be able to hurt somebody in something. Sometimes that can be because you're not coaching it well enough, or you're not spending enough practice time on the other things to hurt them with it. So I think there's a lot of things that can go into it, and maybe all of those contributed on our behalf on why we weren't able to do some of those other things out of our true spread. I guess that's what I would call it. The equivalent to like a 2x1 for the 11-man game, why we weren't able to do more than just that screen game. But we weren't. We also did some stuff out of the I formation, some basic option stuff. I mean, it wasn't even really true option. We weren't reading anything. We weren't truly blocking option correctly, but just enough to make it look option-like. And we had a lot of success out of that. Now, I'm really torn. Most of me really wants to continue to pursue the spread package that we have, and that I like it. Again, our screen game is tough. The only problem is when you truly look at what I have coming back next year on my team, that it's certainly that stuff it's not very conducive to my current personnel package. Now, I know many a coach has argued with me, and I've listened to them speak on the online clinic and online, all these things that I go visit, how it's not about necessarily your personnel. You got a fast kid, put him out there at the F, right? You got a kid at all that you can teach him how to throw. You might be right. Maybe I'm wrong. You don't have to be a certain type of kid to spread these things out and run. But in my experience, you do need some skill, some ball skill to be able to throw and catch the ball. You need some ball skill. You certainly need more ball skill to throw and catch the ball than you do to turn around and hand it off. You certainly need more. Would you spread guys agree with me on that? You need more ball skill to throw and catch the ball than you do to be able to turn and hand it off. In my opinion, I think we're going to be a little low on ball skill next year. However, my kids will have all had their first year of football out of the way. We will be fairly strong, and I've got some pretty tough, hard-nosed kids with decent speed. I think maybe that true I formation option would be best. Now, I'd actually love to go double wing, but it's the 8-man game. You can't have 2 wings and a fullback, so I got to make a concession. It will have to be out of the I. You can do a lot out of the I. But for you and your staff, are you guys considering an offense change? And if so, why? What makes you guys, how do you finally know as a head coach or as an assistant, whatever your situation, how do you finally know, yeah, it's time to look into changing offenses, and yes, we're going to pull the trigger? How do you know? So that's my question of the day. How do you know when it's time to change offenses? And I ask genuinely, how do you know? Because I'm asking these questions right now. I am leaning towards change. However, I get so scared to death of change because you can't build that consistency year in, year out by changing offenses, and I believe so much in that. What do? Leave me a comment, shoot me an email, right? Leave a comment below, DM us on Twitter, whatever. Reach out. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks, you guys, you couple people that watched, and all of you that continue to support Chief Pigskin. We are shooting Eastern Illinois coaches this week, it looks like. I've been emailing with them. We're setting up that date right now. Eastern Illinois defensive backs coach, and should be some great quality content. Our first 3 videos of the 2019 clinic season. Hope you'll check it out. Continue to join us and talk ball with us. All right, signing off. First live stream with the new setup. What do you think? How was the quality? Let me know.